I don't see any RCB retaining anybody other than Virat Kohli. It to me, it's just a waste of an opportunity that you can kind of pick on at the auction. Obviously, Manuja will have a better idea, but
Hmm.
from the outside, this RCB team, it's best for them to start rebuilding again. Now the primary aspect that you kind of you again, I mean, year after year after year, what RCB is gone about is build their nucleus around Virat. So kind of, I think the only call that they need to take is, kind of what do they pick at this auction? Do they kind of look futuristic and invest from invest in youngsters who can kind of give them the kind of result that they desire, maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line, or again kind of pick Virat as a nucleus, build a side around him that can work. I don't know. So that is a
Hmm.
call that they have to take. But eventually, retention wise, I really don't see RCB retaining anybody other than Virat, because it's a waste of money for them. But they might as well go with properly armed at the auction, and kind of put a new team in place, and a brand new team in place. And
Okay, you
I
take it
want
the
to
other
put
side.
this on record.
Yeah.
I'll say this, and let's see when the time comes how right I am. I'm
Okay.
saying this is the year Virat Kohli will take his RCB captaincy back. A captain or no captain, it's that he's there. You can't, like, it's his team, and kind of the RCB setup the way it works. Now here it is. It's an occupational hazard for him any which ways. Regardless of whether you're giving him that mantle or not officially, it's an occupational hazard for him any which ways. And I'm just thinking that if you were to look at it from Virat Kohli's perspective,
Hmm.
the pressure is on him to deliver for RCB. He's the only guy who's going to be retained. He's obviously the man who's going to be the face of the
Okay.
team. The
Yeah.
nucleus. One second, I'll just complete this line. So, if that is all going to be the paraphernalia, like in terms of how RCB is going to function, then the man will say, "Might as well give me the captaincy, and then let me see where I can take it with these 2 years, 2.5 years, or else I'll just bow down. I'll
Okay.
like walk away."
I just want to make one last point on this. Just adding to what Srini has said. आप एक मिनट के लिए सोचो कि again they are going into the retentions and the auction without a captain figure. Okay, if they don't retain Faf, they are saying कि जिन players खरीदेंगे उसमें से हम एक कैप्टन बनाएंगे. And एक एक रीजन ये भी होता है कि आपके पास एक विजन होना चाहिए. मोस्ट ऑफ द टीम्स हु हैव देयर कैप्टन्स इन पोजीशन, दे हैव अ विजन, दे हैव एन इनपुट फ्रॉम द कैप्टन कि उसको अपना स्क्वाड कैसे बनाना है, कि क्या प्लेयर्स लेने हैं. सीएसके इज ब्लेस्ड, दे हैव एमएस धोनी. कोई भी कैप्टन हो, चाहे ऋतुराज हो, दे विल हैव इनपुट फ्रॉम एमएस धोनी. दे आर ब्लेस्ड दैट वे. एमआई, जो भी उनका कैप्टन होगा, मैं अभी कहना नहीं चाहता बिकॉज देयर आर लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस अबाउट दैट, but they have inputs from their captain, their coaching staff, everything. So do you, I feel that there has to be an input, especially at RCB. अगर आपके पास कैप्टन नहीं है, अगर आपके पास कैप्टनसी फिगर नहीं है, do you just pick up players and then say okay boss कि हम इनमें से कैप्टन बना देंगे, जो भी प्लेयर्स हैं उसमें से आप करके दिखाओ. साहिल
यार मेरे को मतलब आपने 7 करोड़ में 2022 में फैफ के लिए बिड किया था. अब आप उसको रिटेंशन एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हो तो आप 10, 12, 14 करोड़ आप देख रहे हो उसको देने के, जो ऑलरेडी 40 है. मुझे सेंस नहीं लग रहा. मतलब जो आप कह रहे हो उसमें भी सेंस है, सेंस है, बट टू मी आई थिंक आप 15-20 करोड़ ऐसे कप्तान में डालो जो 26, 27, 28 साल का हो 3 साल के लिए, बिकॉज यू हैव टू स्लोली ट्रांजिशन इनटू अ डिफरेंट फेस ऑफ द फ्रेंचाइज. यार कोहली के ऊपर कितना बिकोगे? 2-3 साल के बाद अ न्यू कोहली हैज टू बी द पोस्टर बॉय ऑफ आरसीबी. वो रूट शॉक कभी ना कभी तो यू हैव टू वेक अप टू दैट रूट रियलिटी, राइट? आई थिंक सीएसके हैव नॉट मैनेज टू प्ले दैट कार्ड, राइट? सीएसके को अभी तक समझ नहीं आ पा रहा, इसलिए धोनी के जनरेटर को धक्का दे ही जा रहे हैं कि 1 साल और 1 साल और. सो आरसीबी एंड इवन अदर फ्रेंचाइज. व्हाट श्रीनु आर सेइंग समथिंग?
धोनी को कोई धक्का नहीं दे रहा है. धोनी उल्टा ब्रांड सीएसके को धक्का दे रहा है.
पर वो श्रीनु कब तक रहेगा वो? मतलब
Why
कभी तो
not?
आप
What's you do the math, Sahil? You're not getting it. You do the math at 4 crore at an uncapped player. You just looking at the salary. First of all, that salary doesn't matter. By way of being associated with CSK, he's making 150 CR a year. Okay, in terms of branding. So money doesn't matter. The other bit is, boss, he is around for them to keep wickets as long as he's fit enough to stand behind the wickets. The
And with the
impact player
impact player,
who
they
just
don't
kind
need
of
him to bat.
that's it.
With the impact player,
You
they
know,
don't need him
it
to
just
bat.
and the brand that he brings to मैं कब से कह रहा हूँ ये कि CSK का जो chest है it which is going at 75-80 CR right now, it will come down to 50 CR the day he leaves. It's a loss for them on all fronts.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
I mean, for me, having CSK and Dhoni together, it's a win-win. It's a win-win with no. And Barry, and you talked about captaincy. You know, there are only two ways you can get a captain. Either you buy one at a cost which is through your nose, pay through your nose and get a captain, which is what Mumbai Indians did in terms of getting Hardik Pandya out back. You know, last year discussed Sahil Chetan. I remember having saying this on one of somewhere he said that, you know, it's a decision that futuristically IPL franchises are going to look back and say this was the move, right?
change.
And I
Yeah,
completely
change the idea.
understand with it, and I agree with it. So there are only two ways to get a captain: either you buy one very costly, or you have a homegrown boy, the way CSK want to develop, let's say, a Ruturaj Gaikwad, right? Or what Hardik would have been for MI had he not gone away to Gujarat Titans. Now, why
Okay,
I'm saying why I'm
go
saying
ahead.
both are different is you close your eyes and you give me one name outside of KL Rahul. Okay, you might say Shreyas Iyer, but we are not 100% sure if he's leaving KKR. Okay, so outside of KL Rahul, give me one Indian name that you can spend big bucks and get on board as captain.